Hello guys, and welcome to another episode of this FIFA 16 career mode with Manchester United. We're going to jump straight into the action with this one. This is going to be just pure action. 2 games, all action, no menus, because I've had some problems with the menus, as if you watched the last episode you would have heard me talking about. We're going to get things started today in this episode with a Capital One Cup matchup between Preston North End, featuring Andreas Lindegaard, formerly of Manchester United, against Manchester United. Now I have actually played some of the younger lads in here as well, but I've got a strong bench just in case, as you can see there, because in the last Capital One Cup game we they took it to penalties and we were very lucky to go through. So this time I want to have some strong changes available, which is just good management really, if I do say so myself. So we have actually got some good strong changes available to us in this game if need be. I'm confident this team can get it done though, even though we are away. Another away match. I'm starting to think we'll never play it at home again. That's 3 away matches in a row, and then we've got to play away in Europe again. The next Champions Cup / Champions League match is also away. After a bad start with Januzaj there, just knocking out a play. It's a bad first touch from Januzaj. And Beckford, he went wind up when McNair stopped him. Lingard back there helping out the defence. There's a lot of early pressure from Preston. They have played really well in this first half. In the first 20 minutes or so they were really dominant, especially this guy Johnson hits the post there. He caused a lot of problems for the young defence. 1-3. Yeah, so I've not got any menus or anything to talk over in this, but I can always do that in another episode, a bit of a slower episode where there's just one match in it. I can talk about my team and the transfer targets and the youth academy and things in other episodes, but this episode just focused purely on matches. So 2 matches. There's Lindegaard again. I don't think we should have got rid of him, to be honest. I think he's better than Romero, but he wanted first team football, I suppose, as they're inclined to really. That's not a bad touch from Martial. Sort of come off the defender. I thought he was going to get back in again there. Woods taps it back to Lindegaard on his safe side. Cunningham and Preston are able to get the ball away. Still coming forward, Beckford. Daley Blind back there. I've got Daley Blind. I think I've started with Daley Blind, Carrick in the middle, just to sort of marshal the midfield, so we have control of it in there. But we're not doing too well, to be honest, with him in there. Still a lot of pressure coming onto our defence. This guy again, Johnson. But Blind and Carrick are supposedly in there to dictate the play. Januzaj is obviously starting on the left hand side, left midfield, and he's cut it in there and Martial's finished. So Martial is another first team player that I start a lot. I give him a lot of starts. So there's 3 players that are picked that are first team starters. The rest are like Pereira and Lingard, and not to be confused with Lindegaard, obviously. We had that when he was here. So the rest aren't really first team starters. The whole defence and Sam Johnston is in goal for us again, instead of De Gea or Romero. And as I've said, I've got a strong bench this time round, rather than all academy players and reserves basically. And Anthony Martial tucks one away, which is good for his confidence, because he's not really scoring a lot recently. I think he's only got 1 in the Premier League so far, or 2 maybe. So it's good that he scores. That's why I've put him in this match, to try and get him a few goals. And Preston seem to want to pass it around the pitch without actually doing anything, because we're not going to be break down. We're not going to come out of shape. And that cross comes to nothing, as I think it's Borthwick Jackson on the left back. Borthwick Jackson just pushes push him off the ball as he puts the cross in and it goes nowhere. Andros Pereira. That's not a great first half from United's young lads, to be fair. The United fans are still singing away. It's good to see. Anthony Martial, 2 shots, 1 goal. I think they had a chance, hit the post, and we went up the other end and scored. So far we've made the most of our chances, and that's why we 1-0 up. Well, Preston definitely had more and the better chances so far in this game. Anders Lindegaard again there, not looking very happy that his side are losing against his former side. I wouldn't be very happy if I had to wear Virgin Trains on my shirt either, mate, to be honest. It's a decent enough clearance from Varela. I've got Varela at right back, and I've put Paddy McNair back in central defence as well, along with Fonsu Mensah. Next game is against Sunderland in the Premier League, as you see there, September the 26th. And we're nearly coming to an end of September already, so that's good. Hopefully get this done in time and hopefully get to the transfer windows and bring in a couple of players to freshen the team up a bit. Because like Bastian Schweinsteiger and Michael Carrick, they're all getting old a bit old. Carrick's the captain again today, as I've promised him a good cup run as captain, so he makes another appearance as captain. But I think Morgan Schneiderlin, I think he was brought in to eventually replace Michael Carrick, because he won't be there for many more seasons now. So Morgan Schneiderlin is a good replacement for Carrick, I think. That's a nice tackle by Carrick as well. Very disciplined Morgan Schneiderlin, which is very good. You don't see that very often. He actually grew up wanting to play the defensive midfield role rather than what every other kid wants to play as strikers and wingers. It's not a great challenge on Blind. Blind tried to carry on. No advantage came of it though, apparently. And he will get a booking here. Gallagher. Yeah, but I think Michael Carrick and Schweinsteiger will be gone out of the midfield within a season or two, because they're over 30. I think they're both, they're both in the mid-30s, I think. So we've got Morgan Schneiderlin in there. We just need a few more young players in there, some strong players as well. We've been lacking strong players, possibly, arguably, since Roy Keane left. We haven't had that sort of defensive midfielder. Need like a Daniel De Rossi, even though he's old as well, or a Paul Pogba would have been amazing if we kept him. I like Phil Jones in there though, to be honest. I haven't seen much of Phil Jones this season, but I like Phil Jones in that defensive midfield role, because he puts himself about a bit. Herrera's pretty good in there as well. Fellaini is a different sort of player, but I don't like him there, to be honest. I like him further up the pitch in the other opponent's box. In the opponent's box with that aerial threat. I've mentioned that before. I prefer him playing up there where he used to play for Everton. I think he's much more effective there rather than defensively. Januzaj gives us away a foul there. It's not really great crossing. Oh, that's a nice little back heel from Memphis. I've actually brought Memphis to play on and put him up front in place of Anthony Martial. I've decided to rest Martial for the next game, even if it is just like 20 minutes or so. Ashley Youngs came on, replaced Januzaj. And I think I took Blind off as well, but I'm not sure I put on. I think it was under Herrera or Morgan Schneiderlin. Talking about Schneiderlin. So yeah, I made 3 changes. Ashley Youngs came on, Memphis Depay came on, and one of those 2 came on. Might have actually been Schweinsteiger that came on, I'm not sure. I've only just recorded this as well, so I should know. Should remember, my memory's gone really bad. That should be the final whistle. Oh, Januzaj's still playing. I don't know what I've done then. I've made some changes. I don't know which changes I've made. Might be getting confused with the match after this, because I've recorded them both at the same time. Paddy McNair celebrating. He's happy. Good lad. United fans still in good voice, despite there only being one goal in the game. That's all we need to progress to the next round. Anthony Martial looks unhappy even though he scored the winning goal. Lingard hooks Memphis. Memphis won't have been there while he was playing, so that's a good sign of sportsmanship from Lingard. Memphis was brought in after Lindegaard left, so good show of sportsmanship there, Lindegaard. Good to see that. A few of the highlights. I wish it'd show like Capital One Cup badges instead of the Premier League and League 1 or League 2 or League Championship badges. Be nice little touch that. I've said that before in a previous video last week, I think. And this guy, he's caused a lot of problems. He's had a good few chances there. Fonsu Mensah, I thought that was a penalty when it actually happened. And Januzaj, I thought he had a really bad game, but watching it back and editing in it and watching these highlights, he actually looked like he played really well actually. Whilst playing the game I thought, well, he's not really done much to be honest, but he did do better than I thought. He's not done too badly basically. That's a pretty late challenge on Blind, pretty clumsy. As Blind was controlling the midfield, getting the ball and then running with it and putting in other more creative players like Januzaj there. Not sure why he's continued running that way when the ball went the other way. Though, 5 shots, 2 on target. It's not too many shots to be honest, but we've still got the win. And we're going straight into the next game against Sunderland, and it's actually a home game for a change, which is nice. We haven't played at home for a long time it seems. Old Trafford, we know all about Old Trafford. Top of the league, sitting top of the league, 6 games in. Sunderland in 6th. They're not in a bad position for Sunderland to be honest. They're doing a lot better than they are in real life I think. Jermaine Defoe, he's always a good player. I've put him in green because the red and white would clash to be honest. Goals against 2, goals against 3. I don't think this is going to be a high scoring game to be honest. Sunderland, Man United, the best, least goals conceded in the league so far, these two teams. I've put Phil Jones back in, he gets another start for he's performing really well for me lately. Valencia starts at right back. Januzaj starts again because he said can I play, basically. I've said yeah you might as well because I need to rest players anyway because we've got the Champions Cup match next against CSKA Moscow and we need to win that, so I've rested a few players, just a few, not many. I've rested Darmian, I've rested Smalling who's not really in good form lately anyway. Jones is in much better form than Smalling is at the moment. Rojo's not started again. I don't like using Rojo for some reason. He's really out of favour. He's good at winning the ball, but he's really aggressive and he's always halfway up the pitch. He's not as disciplined as Blind is back there. I like disciplined defensive players, otherwise we're just going to get run over. And we're not conceding many goals at the moment, so I don't feel the need to change it. I like Jones and Blind in there to be honest. They're looking really good for me. We get kicked off here. Fellaini. Oh yeah, Fellaini's in there as well. He's actually played pretty decently for me as well recently. He's in the central midfield role, not attacking midfield role, because that's taken up by Rooney. Arsenal have already scored against Leicester City, and what a season Leicester City are having at the moment. United play them today, so I'm going to go watch that in a little while. Hopefully United win, because we need the 3 points more than them, but Leicester City could win the league today if they beat us. If Leicester City beat United today, they've won the league. That's it, mathematically done. But we need the 3 points in hope to finish 4th ahead of Man City or Arsenal, who are both on the same points, having played a game more than we have. So we need some wins. We need to finish 4th, because anything lower than 4th is an embarrassment from me as a United fan. And we might be in a transitional period. But it's still really bad to finish as Paul Scholes has said, finishing 4th and winning the FA Cup is what Arsenal do, not what Manchester United do. So we need to be brought back to where we were, and fast. That's what I'm aiming to do in this game as well. Put United back where they were. Valencia's doing really well. Sort of playing in central midfield there, even though he's meant to be at a right back position. Now he's got to get all the way back. Defoe. He's doing well here, Defoe. I think he's like 36 or something now as well. Doesn't matter, he's always got a goal in him, hasn't he, Defoe? He could be 86 and his legs could be falling off and he'd still score a goal or two. Jermaine Defoe, I do like him. He's always been a good goal scorer. A little poacher. Oh, we should be winning that. He's not even made an attempt for it by the looks of it. Was it Marshall or Memphis? I can't really tell. Marouane Flame with a strong challenge there, and it's been given as a free kick. Nothing more. No warning. No card. Manone. Sunderland's next game is against West Ham. So again, that's a good little touch, and it makes it look as if like you're watching a match in the Barclays Premier League season. But me playing as Manchester United personally, the player playing as Manchester United, I have no interest in Sunderland versus West Ham. No interest in that match. So I'm not sure why they're showing it. Yeah, it is a good touch, but nothing more really. I've gone really bad here because De Gea's in green and they're in green, which should never happen really, because for some reason this game doesn't allow goalkeeper away shirts, goalkeeper away kits. So De Gea will be playing in yellow or black or wherever the away goalkeeper shirt is. He won't be playing in green. Or Sunderland might play in red and white stripes, but I doubt that. I've put them in green because it's easier for me, because I have problems with otherwise. But the green and green as well, as I've said, they haven't got goalkeeper away shirts in the game for some reason. They've never had goalkeeper away kits, which they really should do, to be honest. I think that's a feature, a little bit extra that wouldn't take much hard work to do. So that really should be in the game. Some more customisation like that, some more appearance wise. That's a great finish by Mata on his left foot. And a different celebration, one we haven't seen yet. That sort of came out of the blue, to be honest. This game was getting a bit boring, a bit mundane. Fellaini gets it, gives it to Rooney, and Rooney puts a first time through pass around the corner to Mata, who smashes it past Manone, who has actually had a pretty good game so far, Manone. Mata's first goal for me as manager. First goal this season as well. In all competitions, first goal for Mata this season. So we're not getting goal scorers that are like getting 5 or 6 goals. We're not getting top scorers in the league, but we are getting quite a few different goal scorers, so they're sharing it around, which is good. I think there's quite a few players now that have got a goal for us, which I'd prefer. Actually, I'm not sure. I think if you have a 25 goal season, a scorer, 25 goals striker, 25 goals a season striker, I think that's good. But at the moment, everyone's chipping in and getting a goal. I know it's still early days. I think this is the 7th match, so hopefully we can get Martial firing away. Hopefully get Martial getting like at least 20 goals this season in the Premier League. That'd be nice. That's an important block there by Shaw. That could have saved the points right there. Not only have you got to beat David De Gea, but you've got Luke Shaw like blocking it on the line like that. It's a fantastic save. That could be a match winner. Match winning save by Luke Shaw, and he carries on down this side as well. He's playing really well at the moment, Luke Shaw. And he gets there ahead of I don't know who that player is, but he gets there and tries to cut it in like he did against, like Januzaj did against Preston, which eventually muscled off the board. That's more like Ashley Young falling over whenever he comes in contact with a player. In the other episode, not so much, but that's more like the Ashley Young that I know. Just about headed away by Valencia there. Oh, it's offside anyway. It must have been close though, that. Oh, it was very close. Still managed to deal with it, so it doesn't really matter. Still managed to deal with the cross. Ashley Young tries to cut in. That's more like it. Good save. That's an excellent save from Manone. And he's just kept his team in it as well. Kept his team in the fight for the points. I think if it would have been 2-0 there, it would have been game over, definitely. And here comes Sunderland again. Off the base of the post, and luckily Jones is there to clean it up. Clears it out only as far as the other Jones. And that's De Gea holds it. I should really hold it for longer. We've lost the ball again. Here comes Sunderland again. Well done, Phil Jones. Excellent challenge there. They were playing it around a bit there as well. A bit more than you saw there. They were playing it around really well, and Phil Jones managed to deal with it. Martial puts it through his legs. We can't do much else with it. That's a shame. Anthony Martial. He's not been very impactful for me, to be honest. Anthony Martial. That's a nice through ball. Anthony Martial. I scored just as I said that. Oh, he's offside. Never mind. You are capable of scoring in the Premier League, then Martial. That's close as well. Jesus. That's two really, really fine decisions there. Really, really close. Hard to call decisions. But we actually scored from us. It was disallowed for offside. So it's still 1-0. As I said, there won't be a lot of goals in this because we've got the best defensive records in the league. These two teams conceded just 5 goals between us, and each played 6 games. I'm not sure what's going on with the substitutes there, or going down in a line and sort of sliding sideways. De Gea manages to keep another clean sheet, of course, largely thanks to Luke Shaw in that second half there. An amazing block by Luke Shaw. Wayne Rooney congratulates Lens. I'm not sure why he's congratulating him. Herrera clapping to the fans. I do like Herrera as well. I should be playing him more often than I am, to be honest. David De Gea, Phil Jones, Wayne Rooney. Antonio Valencia gets a rare appearance as well. Jermaine Defoe not managing to score. I think his shot was the one that was blocked by Luke Shaw, to be honest. Mata's finish. It's a good goal. Juan Mata, he's been very good for me as well. I put him in a more central role and he scored, so to bring on Januzaj, I put Mata in the middle, and in the central midfield, not a central attacking midfield, which is where I do like Mata to play. But he scored from left central midfield. Which is probably telling me something, to be honest. I put Young on for Januzaj in this game because Januzaj went missing in this game, to be honest. He said he wanted to play because he felt like he was in good form, so I put him in for his first Premier League start under me, and he went missing, to be honest. Passing so I could see the end of the action. It's a good save by Manone. Jones with a tackle. I'm surprised the Luke Shaw block wasn't on there. 4 shots, 4 on target. Sunderland had some really good shots. They hit the post twice, I think. Only 1 on target, which De Gea was easy to cope with. Mata got man of the match for his goal. 3 saves from De Gea, 5 from Manone. So that's all for this episode, guys. Thank you very much for watching it. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you stick around to watch the next one. Take care, and as always, goodbye.